John Crestani here, and in this video I'm going to be going over what is Mailchimp and how does it work. And now if you're doing anything in marketing, you need an email service provider, and that's another word for what Mailchimp is. So let's go right into things. So first off, what is Mailchimp, right? Mailchimp's going to help you send emails. It's going to help your business send texts. It's going to be able to create landing pages, sign up forms, and other things for your business. But the power is in the integrations, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So let's go into, first, let me bring it over to my other screen here. So Mailchimp, by all means, is the, it's the most popular email service provider there is. You can see some of the most popular email service providers here. Now, Mailchimp was recently bought by Intuit, a major company. They do QuickBooks, they do all this software and stuff. But as you can see, it has a commanding lead because of its free plan that they came out with. They were one of the only email service providers that had a truly free plan for a lot of users, but you can see some of the competitors over here. So how much Mailchimp costs? It's really, it's free to get started. You know, for the first month, it's let me see if I can move my little but basically you can see that right here. It is free for the first month, but it ranges anywhere from $20 to, let's call it $800 a month, depending on how many people you're sending emails to. Now, if you're a small most of the businesses that I'm going to go over the best business use cases for Mailchimp, but the reality is every business you should be sending out emails. Mailchimp is a great place to start. But let's go into the reviews. So now the reviews of this are kind of interesting, right? Because on one hand, you'll read reviews from G2 and Capterra, and you'll see a bunch of positive reviews, right? What is this? 63% 5-star reviews. But then we come to a site like Trustpilot, and what we're seeing is the exact opposite, 81% negative reviews. Now, the reality is somewhere in between, right? Mailchimp didn't become the biggest email service provider because everything about them sucks. You know, Mailchimp has a couple great things. They have a lot of great integrations. Okay. They are great for beginner marketers, and they're great for agencies. So now if you're running an email marketing agency, Mailchimp's actually really good at connecting your clients all together so you can manage them very seamlessly. And we'll go into that in a little bit in this walkthrough. But they do have bad support. Okay. So understanding how to use Mailchimp and being resourceful on your own and going through your own training or having your staff go through internal trainings will be important. So let's go into a bit about, let's get into the actual interface and bring up my favorite drawing on screen stuff. Okay, now to everybody, there is an audience watching. I see some people coming on. Guys, we're going to keep this, this training is going to be focused on Mailchimp, but I will have more of an open question and answer later on in this training. But stay tuned, and I'm going to go, and feel free to ask your questions along the way because we're just going to have fun. Okay. So let's get into the actual stuff. So can Mailchimp send automated emails? Well, that's actually the beauty of Mailchimp. So here we are inside of Mailchimp, and it's very easy to get set up. But the meat and potatoes is getting emails sent out. So let's go into that. So the first thing you'll need to do is to get emails sent out, you'll need to, this section right here, okay? You'll need to create an audience first thing when you get in to get that working. And here, as you see, I already have an audience. It says keto diet. Now, adding contacts is best done through integrations, and we'll go into that later. You know, the magic of this, obviously email marketing is powerful, but you know, why use a CRM unless it's for the automations? As you see, it's pretty easy to add a contact. We just come in here, we click add contact, we can add a single contact, or we can import contacts, right? Good UI, import contacts, and see there's a couple different ways to import contacts. We can import from other services, which is going to be our preferred thing when we get into this. One of the things I'm thinking of doing just as a demonstration is starting a little, well, let's create a landing page, okay? Now, another question, so can Mailchimp send automated emails? Well, first we want to set up a sign-up form to have this all work out pretty seamlessly. So as you see, we'll just go in here to the audience area once again, and we'll go to the sign-up form area, okay? Then after that, we want to go up here to create new form. Now, this is the beginning of our journey to start creating automated emails. Right now here, what's nice about Mailchimp is the number of features it has. So as you see, we can actually create a whole landing page for this. Now, whether you're a small business and you don't have a big web presence, or you're just trying to get, you're running a small local club, or whether you're running a big business, right? Or you're just an affiliate, right? It's super simple. I really like this. So let's name our standing sign-up page. We'll call it John Crestani's. We'll do art, okay? We'll start an art business here. And we'll put it in the same list, okay? Landing page name, begin. And as you see, to create a sign-up page, it's not too complicated. And we'll just say, they give us some templates we can use. So it's really, really beginner wheels here, and really easy to get all this stuff set up. So we'll do, okay, I accept. Okay, and as you see, the very WYSIWYG editor, very easy to set this stuff up. And we'll say John Crestani art, right? And we'll say, enter your email address below. We'll say save and close. We'll put in some, right? Below to see available pieces. Okay. What can we change here? Creative Assistant. Now it looks like they have even some AI stuff, and we'll just see. They have a lot of integrations, which is really nice. But we're going to focus on, let's see how this works. There we go. Now, the next thing folks might ask is, when you're working with emails, what are cleaned contacts, okay? Now, what cleaned contacts are, and this is another common question I see about Mailchimp, is cleaned contacts are when you remove all of the unsubscribers, when you remove all of the spam traps, when you start building your business and really advertising online. What you'll get is a lot of spam traps, a lot of false positives, and generally speaking, emails last 3 years. So people are often changing their emails, and if you're sending emails to addresses that don't receive email anymore, what's going to happen is you are going to end up going to the spam every single time, okay? And we'll go over some of these other things in here. So let's start to send emails, and let's set up our sign-up form. Okay. Thanks so much for showing this. Do you think this is sustainable? Email marketing is one of the most sustainable things, absolutely. And Mailchimp has been around for a super long time. So we don't want to go with any of these. Okay. John Crestani's art, and we'll save and close this right here. So in terms of, now here we go, we click publish. And as you see, we've already set up a page. So that's how fast it is. I mean, how long into this stream are we? We're 10 minutes in, and let's check out the page we created, right? So we already set 10 minutes in, and we already set up a sign-up form. We set up a way to collect email addresses, and we can test this out. We can say, test, testing 123 at AOL.com, and we would click subscribe. And as you see, 10 minutes into setting up your account, you can already be you have a web page, you can be collecting emails, and now let's set up our first email and our first text messages, okay? So as you see, it's very, very simple to set up Mailchimp, which is what's great about it. So now here we are back in Mailchimp again. And what we want to do is we want to set up an actual, and here we are, right? As you see, we have our page and we have our signups, okay? Now let's figure out how to actually send these emails. Create something that gets noticed. So once again, right, we're here underneath campaigns, and we go over here to create. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a campaign. Now, in this case, you might be wondering, okay, what's the difference between a regular email and a automation? Well, a regular email is an email that's going to go out one time. It's typically what's known as a campaign, okay? It's not a constant, regular automation that goes to everyone. Now, another word that email marketers use for this is called email blasts. But what we're interested in setting up is an automation so that we constantly are having our emails sent out. So here we do create journey, and we might say, okay, now they have some helpful things here, which is nice. But let's build a campaign from scratch, okay? Now, typically speaking, if you're a company, you're gonna, build a campaign from scratch. Now, the first thing you want people to do is you're always gonna welcome, obviously, but let's call this John Crestani's artwork. How will customers start their journey? Right, we'll choose a starting point. And here you can segment people a number of different ways, whether they sign up from a certain form or anything, right? Now we can say when a signs up for an email. And we can include imported contacts, or we cannot. Save starting point. And we can say, okay, when customers sign up for our list, it's already added in. Now, some people will have multiple starting places, but as you see, all we do now is we want to create a journey point. Now, keep in mind, all different companies have all different sorts of names for this stuff, but here we'll just click journey point. They're calling it journey point, which is kind of silly, but we'll select an email, okay? To and from, set subject. The subject line is what's gonna, welcome to, what will we say? Welcome to my, thanks for your interest in John Crestani's art. Okay, right. And schedule. So the schedule means that this email, and let's go in here, classic builder, new builder. Schedule means how often will this be triggered? Okay. So we can start from scratch. As you see, they have a lot of email templates, and we can simply go in here and we can set a different logo. We can say, set a different logo here. We can add images. We can delete things. We can add, let's add in some text. And we will say, thanks for your interest in my art. I will send updates as new artwork as it becomes available. Okay. Now set as default builder. Now, as you see, we're 16 minutes in, and we include 100 journey points. Okay. So it's saying we'll need to upgrade. I'm not sure about that, but let's get out of here. But as you see, within 15 minutes, we already set up a web page, we set up a sign-up form, and we can be sending emails through an automation that fast. And now that's one of the beautiful things about Mailchimp. And we also have a bunch of settings here. Now we can connect it to our Google Analytics, which is great. We can track clicks, track opens, and all sorts of stuff. You know, the power of Mailchimp is in its integrations, as I keep saying, and we'll look into the integrations in a little bit, okay? Now, Mailchimp can do a lot of other things as well. So we can send SMS text messages from Mailchimp to get more people, just to text them. Now, what we would want to do here is we'd actually go to one of our sign-up forms, and we'd have to add in an actual field for people to put in their phone number. Okay. Now, are the Mailchimp websites any good? Well, you know, we kind of saw. Oh, let's go. There we go. We saw the website that I created, and really, if it's fine, you know, it's text, images, and videos. Okay, Mailchimp websites are easy, but they're not going to be as good as something you custom code yourself, right? And whether a website's good or not is going to rely on your copywriting skills, your ability to actually sell and market whatever product you're doing, okay? Now, what's interesting is Mailchimp can actually be used as a CRM as well. They've been expanding into offering themselves as a CRM, what is a CRM? It's really just a bunch of contacts and integrations. But this gets into the really beautiful stuff here, which is all of the integrations. And check out all these integrations that we have with Mailchimp. And this is one of the beautiful parts of Mailchimp. There's so many marketing tools that are out there nowadays. And let me see if I can actually move me around a little bit. There we go. Okay. There's so many marketing tools we work with. You know, in my business, we work with over 30 different marketing tools. It's insane, right? But here we can connect our Shopify store, right? We can connect our WooCommerce, you know, any different sort of website we have. Forms, different forms. Now, why would you want to use different forms, you know, if you already have the Mailchimp form? Well, some forms have other integrations, you know, so, you know, one of the reasons we use Typeform is because of its integrations. Another reason we use Typeform is because it converts better. The display is better. They've tweaked the UI. It's made for conversion. So, but so really it's extensible. You can work with this in any capacity you want. It's a great marketing catch-all. But what's really great about it is its ability for agencies to manage clients. So Mailchimp doesn't really work with, they don't have an affiliate program, like affiliate links in that sense. They really work with actual clients. Now, if you want to actually add a client, you actually have to send a client an email from their account. You have to request that your account gets connected. And these sorts of, this is a big benefit, because if you're a marketing agency, you don't want to have to log in to 1,000 different clients' email service providers. Now, the reality is, if you're a marketing agency, most likely you are starting. You're going to, if you're getting big clients, you're going to come in and actually take over a current email platform. So you're going to be working with a bunch of different clients anyways. So now let's go into a bit about the Mailchimp review and what my thoughts are, because we saw some interesting differences here. So first we can see, okay, look, this is 5-star reviews. Great when you start, but more pricier as you grow, right? And that's going to be the same with any email marketing platform, because any email marketing platform, it's going to charge you by usage. It's going to charge you by the number of contacts you have in their system. Mailchimp is owned by a publicly traded company, Intuit. So of course they're not necessarily going to give you the best deal there. They're going to really charge you a lot if you're maybe an enterprise client, but then again, you also have negotiating thing. So these are, I don't really see the point of some of these. What's most interesting to me is always the 1-star reviews on things. And what do we see here? Well, we see people are saying the learning curve is high, and I'd sum that up because most marketers don't spend the time to learn. Okay, any email service provider is going to have a learning curve, and Mailchimp focuses on beginner marketers. So I'd assume, and most, I just assume they're getting the bottom end of the audience. So that's why they're going to say that, you're going to have a lot of people. It's just the audience coming in. They don't know email marketing. They don't know it on any platform, not just Mailchimp. But let's get into the 1-star reviews here. Why isn't it showing me the 1-star reviews? There we go. The best things about Mailchimp is you can get started for free, and it integrates with other products, as we said. But, they're saying the UI is a jumbled mess. The design is unimpressive. Great product. Beware of them pulling it. Doesn't take spam seriously. Now, this is somebody worried about spam. Those reviews I don't think are very good. Here's more in line with what I've heard as a marketer from Mailchimp. Okay? Horrible support, right? Horrible support. Absolutely horrible customer service. Unhelpful customer service. Because the reality is everything here is integrated nowadays, right? Everything's run by robots. Everything is automated. It's robotic. Can I talk to someone, to a specialist on the phone to help me set up my campaign? I have money. Let's see this. And let's just see what happens, just to see. Phone support is currently available, yeah. So again, what we'll see here, as with many other big companies, if you're working with a big company like, it's owned by Intuit, is you're going to end up getting the roundabout answers to everything. So if you need customer support, it's going to be very difficult. It's really best to either have to learn yourself, to train somebody in-house at your company, or go with a smaller provider if you are looking for that extra customer support. Okay? Let's go back to the outline. Okay. Now, Mailchimp alternatives and competitors, there's a ton of them. I'm not going to go over each of them. But what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of demo and walkthrough after this, just to play around and mess around with Mailchimp marketing it. So we'll do open walkthrough. Why not? Open walkthrough and question and answer. Okay. Just to kind of play around with Mailchimp and see, show you guys what I'd be looking for in setting up actual Mailchimp. So as you see, we have Brevo, Benchmark, ActiveCampaign, Getresponse, Sendgrid, Aweber, Keap, Mailerlite, Constant Contact, HubSpot, Klaviyo. And I'm going to be trying to go through almost all of these tools as time goes on to, whatever stage your company is in, just to kind of give advice. I've been doing marketing for years, since 2009, and it absolutely changed my life. In college, I discovered the power of marketing and was earning up to $10,000 in a single month, selling info products and services. Oh, 1 second. I'm on the phone. Oh, wait, 1 second. This is somebody's at my... Okay, I guess someone's here to fix one of my doors. Yeah, I'm still around. We're going to go through a walkthrough of this stuff, and we're actually going to try to create a business with Mailchimp. I'm going to go over a lot more questions as we go on. So let's just have fun. That's one of my... I was reading a book recently called Simon Sinek's Start With Why. And I was thinking, people need to get stoked on marketing. So let's actually set everything up here. Okay, and let me make myself a little bit smaller. So we got our campaigns. So here we have campaigns, and we have our page here. Okay. So we need to let's modify our page. Okay. So let's work on actually editing and modifying our page within this edit. Okay. So here we go. Now let's see. Edit title and icon. So we want to custom site for the landing page. Make sure your image meets our requirements. Favicons must be square images. Okay, let's take so if we wanted to create a favicon, right? We're not gonna worry about a favicon. We're not gonna worry about a favicon here. Got our URL. Let's see all the features in here. Edit preview. John Crestani's art. Social share description. Now this is useful because when we're sharing stuff on social media, we can do a better job of making sure what shows up in the preview text. So for instance, if we're on Facebook, right, what's actually going to show up on our post, right? What's the preview text when we share let's go into this. And we'll say browse John Crestani's art collection. So that's good. Replace image. Fairly easy to upload really anything here. Let's see, where's art? Okay. URL. Click save. URL. Now on the free version, it looks like even then we can edit, edit the URL, which is good. It gives us a little tag. And also folks, keep in mind, if you're looking for a free website to use, right? Free websites for your business right here. The purpose of a website is, for most businesses, this will be all you need. You can make this on the free plan. Let's check this out. So we have John Crestani's art, right? And we have our page. We have a whole website there. Perfect. Okay. Now audience and tags, we can add tags to specifically this page. So now this is useful if we're using different sign-up forms. This will help us, this is one of the ways that we can actually track and figure out what's actually going on. And what sign-up form people are using as our business gets more complex. So I'll just add a tag. So we don't have any tags yet, so we would want to add a tag as we go on. Okay, so we'll say art landing page. Okay, and there we go. And we can save there. Now we have design, we can edit the design, and we can edit settings. Now here we go. Let's actually throw in some art. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna actually find a piece of art. What we'll do is we'll download this image. It's a picture I took. We'll call it Madness. Now let's see how simple it is to kind of change this stuff around. Let's see, where did we go? There we go. Very, very easy editor, right? Very easy editor. So let's see how complicated all of this stuff is. Okay. We can change this around, change the font around, can change this down to font size. Now, what's important when you're looking at websites is also, is it mobile optimized, right? Is this going to show up well on other on mobile devices as well? And we'll test that out in a little bit. You know, it's one of the reasons why some website editors are better than others. So let's say we want to have this actually get somebody's phone number as well. So we want their first name, last name, and email address. Okay. Or maybe we don't need their Maybe we just want their first name just so we can customize our emails, as well as their phone number. Now here we have some little toggles where we can require people to enter in certain of this information. Now in this case, what I would do if I was running a business, I would get rid of the address because we don't need that information. And we'd require the phone number and the email. Now, when you're marketing, the reason why we require the phone number and email is because frankly, the name allows us to customize and personalize the emails, and the phone number, if people don't want to give you their phone number, then you shouldn't even be talking to them, okay? Now here is something a little interesting. So I would never put the email address first. And why? You always want to go for the most personal information last, okay? So that's why, and typically speaking, email address should be last. It should be right before the submit, okay? We could do it either way, phone number then email address, or first name then phone number then email address. This is fine, but you're always asking for more personal information earlier on, or later on, and the easy information first. Now, want to collect information about their sign-up preferences. This is an interesting little feature here. Let's see what this does. Group names. Now, I'm generally against interest group stuff. And the reason why is because the trap I see marketers fall into over and over again is they try to segment things out far too much, okay? Segmenting and segmenting and segmenting is not a good justification unless you're having enormous, like doubler conversion increases. Generally speaking, the way to improve marketing is just improving the angle for everything across the board, not just on little interest groups. You can't hear me. Testing. Now I'm just starting to get back into some of the YouTube stuff. Is my voice still not being heard very loud? If you could let me know in the chat, your voice today is too low to hear well enough. Okay, so let me just I'll increase the decibel level a little bit. Now, unfortunately, it has a little bit of background noise, but I'm assuming this is working a little bit better. Is that all right? Testing. Okay. Let me know in the chat if this sounds a little bit better. Now, the other thing we want to change here is we want to change this subscribe button. Okay. The text on subscribe, and I might have to go in a second actually, but I'll pause it. Because subscribe is similar to submit. It's an act of submission. Now, there's no benefit. The benefit for the user is not clearly stated. What would be a better button text, for instance, would be get notified early on new art drops. Okay. Okay, now there's a benefit, right? Or get early access. Something in it for the consumer to help them be cool or raise their status or get discounts, get weekly discounts, get free training, right? Subscribe doesn't tell people what they're going to get. Get exclusive, get notified of exclusive projects, drops, whatever. Right, now here we have we have the confirmation message, which is good. So it's automatically going to send out the confirmation message as we see here. After the form is submitted, send visitors to a confirmation message. So here we'd say, okay, success, you've been added to the audience, but we could send them to another website. We could send them after the form is submitted, send them to another landing page, or we could send them just to a web address. And we could say, let's go with Saatchi art, right? So we'll just say, okay, we'll send them to this website where we could maybe sell, art. Very easy, and as you see, we're already pretty fast in here. Now, if we wanted to create AI content, let's see, how we would go about that. Okay. Let's see if there is a way to actually set up ChatGPT in here. It doesn't look like. So we'll save and close. Okay. So as we see, editing landing pages is fairly simple in here. We got our address. Look at that, folks. Okay, everything sounds better. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to actually, maybe should we even set up a whole what would you folks like to see next? Should we set up we have to upgrade the account to set up emails, but should we edit the landing page and make it more full with ChatGPT? Or should we actually set up a place to sell art? Should we create a longer email autoresponder? What would y'all like to see? Or should we set up some integrations even? What would y'all like to see next? Okay, and we're going to take a 5-minute break. Just let me know what y'all would like to see next. I have to go talk to these workers real quick, but I'll be back on in a few minutes, okay? Now, roughly speaking, the outline is here. And yeah, we'll take a quick break. Okay, so I'm having like an extra lock set up on one of my door handles. It's like a sliding door, so that stuff. But let's get back into things. I think many need to learn about it. Okay, so let's go into how we're gonna start with this. What would y'all like? Landing pages, more emails. I don't know. I'm just gonna do stuff. So if we're setting up a business on Mailchimp, like let's go into this. So we have our campaigns. We have our landing page. Okay, let me get this link. So we want to save our link somewhere. We're going to save it on our little notepad here. So setting up a business, right? There we go. So we need emails. We need SMS. We need integrations. And then we need to sell something. I thought I was going to be talking about Mailchimp for a lot longer, you know, in terms of how to work everything. But I guess we'll figure it out as we market our page. So we're just going to try to be power users of Mailchimp here, okay? Mailchimp is software, right? Optimized traffic that leads to sales. It always starts with, you know, who buys the product? More emails. Okay, let's go into more emails. So here we have our customer journey, okay? So customer journey. So here we have, what is this? What does this say? This includes 4 customer journeys, includes 4 journey points. Essential plan keeps more customer journeys. Let's get in here. Okay. So. Thanks for subscribing. Edit email content. Thank you for your interest in my art. So we can change the little style icons right down here. Is there anything we want to change here? You know, let's do you know, we can put videos in here. We can do all sorts of things. Okay. But we want to send more emails. So let's go back here. Okay. Now to send more emails. I mean, it's just add journey point. Add journey point. Now, we could send, you know, weekly, you know, weekly update, you know, weekly art update, send. Close. So as you see, it's pretty easy to set up more emails. Now, what we might want to do if set subject, another update, and we could click save. Now, looks like there's a lot of different branching type of ways you can, let's see. Email interaction. Yeah, there we go. So if they opened so this is actually very useful stuff right here. So why does this keep coming up? Okay. So I'm still tweaking my live stream setup. So this is a pretty useful field because one of the reasons why a lot of people's email list dies because they send emails continuously to folks who don't even care. And then the actual providers like Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo.com, etc. They see that none of your emails are being opened. And they'll eventually, what they'll do is it just all goes to spam. Okay, email, in the olden days of marketing, people viewed email as this gift that if you got their email address, you always have a way to communicate with them. But that's not the case because people are using a Gmail or they're using some sort of client, Hotmail, to see their emails. And those clients are not going to show your email. They're going to put your email in the spam folder if nobody opens it. So my suggestion here is, this is great, right? It gives us, we want to say any of your last 5 campaigns. If you're sending out emails, if you're sending out more than 5 emails a row and somebody hasn't opened them up, then your emails aren't interesting. You're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be sending people emails if they're not opening up any of your emails. So this is a really powerful feature that will allow you, or just a little filter that will allow you to keep your email list and keep your entire company's email from going to that spam area. And what I would do in this case is, if the email was opened in any of the last 5 campaigns, then we'll send, more emails, right? We'll say, okay, my philosophy on art and beauty, and then close. Oopsies. My philosophy on art and beauty. And then we'd say, okay, the subject line. Then we would design our email. Once again, start from scratch. And we could art and beauty are, true beauty requires taste and world experience to understand, therefore will be understood by very few. And we can have this, right? Save and return to my journey. Right, going into, so maybe our email follow-up sequence is related to, our philosophy, right? If we're talking about art. But if somebody doesn't open up one of our emails, right, what would we send them in that case? Okay, and what we might send them in that case is we would send them, first we could send them a final email that says, we're unsubscribing you from our list. Save. Now, why would you send somebody an email that says you're unsubscribing them from your list rather than just actually unsubscribe them? Well, the reason is because most folks are motivated by loss. They're motivated by not wanting to lose options. They're motivated by not wanting to lose out on some part of life. We see this in, relationships nowadays, is that people are so overwhelmed with options that, they want options, but they, they don't want to commit. Right? Because commitment gets rid of your options. So, and here we would say something along the lines of, let's go in here. So we'd say, I've noticed you haven't opened any of our emails where we the benefits of being on the list, so we'll be unsubscribing you. You'll lose access to, now this is kind of wonky. They're making sure everything, okay, we want to left align everything. Okay, the editor is not that bad. I really have no problems with this. You'll lose access to our exclusive art drops. Essays, personal essays on art and beauty, etc. Right? If you'd like to stay subscribed, simply, let's see, we'll have them click a button. Simply respond, yes. Simply respond to this email. Okay? Now, the reason why we would tell people we would unsubscribe them is because when they figure out they're going to lose access to something, maybe it will encourage them to stay subscribed. And also, it's not going to hurt our... And the reason why we ask them to respond to the email is because responses are going to help a good email list. It's going to help you get in the inbox a lot more often. One of the tricks we do in email marketing is we get people to respond just simple things. Yes, no, just little things as much as possible. Because the more an email address is being responded to, the more the Gmails and the Hotmails of the world say, this company is actually creating engagement. If you're never getting anybody responding to any of your emails, it's going to have the opposite effect. And your emails are going to be more likely to go to spam. Okay? So now we did something tricky here, right? So we're adding in a bit of logic. Now, how would we extend this logic so that we keep that customer back on the list, right? Well, we could say if else. Okay. Now we could say we want to see if they respond somehow. So let's see if there's a tag for them to respond. So I'm looking in this little area right over here and seeing what filters we have available to create automations around. Email interaction. So we have that series of things again. And we could say if they clicked, opened, if they opened, then we can say, let's see if we can return them. Back to this point. So we want to see if we can push people back up to this point right here. So how do we do this? There's an easier way to do this. Add journey point, time delay, wait 1 day. Let's give them 2 days. Wait 1 day. If no interaction, if they did not open any of the last campaigns, then we unsubscribe them. Okay. Now that creates a consistent flow here. Okay. Now what happens if they did open one of these emails and they want to be back on the list? Right? We could click move to another path, and right there. So see, there we go. We just set up what would be what I call, you know, an email marketing campaign. Okay. So, and that wasn't that hard, you know, and I don't use Mailchimp a lot, right? I'm just getting into this, you know, I'm just, you know, I've been marketing for many years, but I'm just showing you guys. So see, we have a couple different, you know, we have our sign up page. We send them a couple different emails, and then we push them into, before we actually sense whether or not this is an engaged user or not. Otherwise, we'd screw up our list. If they are an engaged user, we keep sending them more emails about our philosophy. Maybe we're sending more emails. We're saying, okay, you know, we want to, you know, what else, you know, what matters to, you know, and we can go into ChatGPT, right, to figure this stuff out. What matters to buyers of fine art provenance? Okay, the history of, you know, the provenance of my art pieces, the authenticity, right? The history of my art piece, madness, right? And story behind madness, right? Save, select template, start from scratch. Add image. Cool. Then we could add text, right? So it's, as you see, it's pretty easy to set this stuff up really quickly. We have a wholesome flow. What we would do is we'd keep adding in emails here to make our follow-up longer. You know, if we're running a business, we want to give as much information about our business as possible. If you're running a company, right, you want to have a reason to give news, you know, discounts, new products, updates, training, any sort of stuff like that. But if you don't have regular news style updates, or maybe you don't want to create them, then what you should have about your business is information that would give people more trust in either your company, yourself, or, you know, the product that you're selling, right? Company, product, and the person selling it, right? So how can you give more information about the company, right? We just saw the history, the authenticity, the quality, right? You could do the same about your product. The history, the authenticity, the quality. You could do the same thing about yourself, or whoever is the person, you know, the client or whatever, you know, that they'll be contacting. And you just keep giving people information and reasons to trust your company, or you kick them off the list, right? Which is the way we have things set up right here. Very simple, very easy to do. Let's go into more stuff. Yeah, I'm alive. What's going on, guys? We're just having fun. You know, my goal, you know, one of the things I was thinking about is I want to get more people stoked on marketing. I love marketing. Marketing changed my life, right? Forever. You know, it's pretty cool. I live in an amazing spot. I'm thinking of putting a camera up on my roof so you guys can see the view I have. It's insane. But yeah, you know, I've been very fortunate. One of the things I'm doing to kind of give back too, you know, I'm kind of coming about things from a bit more of a service mentality, is this SCORE. And SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. And if y'all are interested in free mentorship and you live in the US, there's great options. You can get free mentors. This is a government organization. I'm even a part of it. So if you live in Malibu, you can hit me up. I don't do many sessions. I don't do that many sessions. But SCORE is a great place for free business mentorship, okay? For US citizens, okay? And, but in general, I'm just trying to do more content. Now, SCORE is great. The people are, I've met so many of these, old, you know, it's very old. I'm the youngest person in it by a good margin. What I've found is that the older mentors are definitely the best. And the experience levels and the success some of these folks have risen to, you know, one of the people that's also a mentor is she sold $100 million business, right? This Polish immigrant. She started placing people in like housekeeping roles, but she expanded that so that her company was managing, you know, very boring business, right? Very, you know, you're getting housekeepers into homes. But she was able to grow that to thousands and thousands and thousands of housekeepers working with businesses and homeowners and all sorts of stuff. She didn't know the language when she was in the, you know, when she first came into this country. It wasn't a sexy business. It wasn't a high margin business, but she grew it and sold it for an unbelievable amount of money, right? So definitely check this out. This is a group I joined just to kind of give back. And I think the most powerful thing is to give back is I'm just going to be doing more live streams, right? Let's freaking go. Sharing with you guys a little bit about my life and marketing and just having fun. So let's keep going with this art example, and let's keep using Mailchimp to see how we can actually create more stuff with Mailchimp. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll say, okay, customers can re-enter journey or something like that. So now let's say, so what else do we want to say? Okay. Bro, you're alive. Yeah, guys, don't ask if you can ask a question. That's stupid. Just ask your question. Come on. What are we in? Guys are retarded. So here's another thing we can do. We can create a survey with Mailchimp. So we can create new survey. Let's see what this does. What would you like to learn? Okay. What would you like to ask? How much have you spent on art? Right? Under 1,000? Under 10K? $10K plus. Now we see we have an interesting auto tagging feature. Now what I found is in some businesses, you know, when you're running a business, you want to be wary of sometimes of features such as this. Tagging is a very powerful feature, but if you have too many tags, if you have thousands of tags or hundreds of tags, which is where something like this could easily go, it's going to be useless. All of this data is useless unless there's actually a human being that can make sense of it behind the scenes, that's actually monitoring and looking at this stuff. So you want to be careful of this. So how can we drive traffic? Go on Facebook, go on YouTube, post your link on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and we'll go over some of the integrations in a second. Okay? You get search results, etc. Right? What are you promoting? SEO. Like, what are you trying to get traffic to? Right? You have to go where whenever you're looking for traffic, you have to think of it like people, like real people. A lot of students I teach are from other countries, and they think traffic is some like weird word, like, you know, it's like, where do you go meet women? It's like where the women are, right? Seems obvious. But people think that when you come to the internet, it's a totally different amorphous concept. It's like, oh, so who are you trying to get? Well, let's call it high-end art buyers. How do we find high-end art buyers? Where do they hang out? Right? They probably are following some other high-end artists, right? How do you get in high-end other artists? Do a collaboration, tag their name, review them, right? How you have to think about who your buyer is, but you think about it as a person. So think like an actual person, like give them a name, an age, a date, okay? Toggle other option, required. And we could say, continue to design. Branding. Okay, how much have you spent on art? Includes Mailchimp badge, custom messaging. Very easy to set up surveys in Mailchimp. And we can click up here, we can click review. And then we can change this name to test survey. Immediate notifications, very cool. We can get immediate notifications if somebody fills out our form. We can get a daily summary sent to our email. But again, don't enable stuff like this if it's not going to be used. You know, a lot of the features in Mailchimp are meant for companies that have differentiation of roles. You know, there's different people tracking different things. So how would we get this survey out? Well, we could share this as a URL, right? And for those subscribers to how can we drive traffic? Well, what are you trying to get people? What is the newsletter about? Who wants the newsletter SEO? Right? You have to think about who actually wants to subscribe to that information. Right? You can get, there's people on the internet here, right? I could put in a link in the chat, but we have to think about who actually is interested in this newsletter information. Now, if I'm going to give my philosophy, if I'm going to talk about, let's call it affiliate marketing, well, what information do people want? Do they want beginner affiliate marketing or advanced affiliate marketing? Well, if I'm looking for folks who want beginner affiliate marketing information, that's a totally different person than an advanced affiliate marketing information person. And they're going to be hanging out different places. So you always have to think about who is your person. Give a name, give an age, give a date to them, okay? So what would be a good example of that SEO is saying, John Crestani, 37-year-old business, 37-year-old entrepreneur, who collects fine art from guys like, Alex Monopoly, okay? Right? You need to really have a firm idea of who you're selling to. And if you don't have an idea of who your customer is, it doesn't matter if the traffic's free or if you're paying $50 a click. You need to know exactly who. Give them a name. Give them a full name, first and last, an age. Tell me where they live. Do they live in a city, an apartment? What city? Topeka, Kansas. Do they live downtown? Do they live in the suburbs? Do they live outside of town, not in Topeka, but they call it Topeka? Right? What do they do for a living? How much money do they have? How much do they make? You need to understand who your customer is before you even try to target them, okay? So let's keep going. Where's Mailchimp? So let's go in the analytics, try marketing dashboard. Campaign monitor. And all of these, so let's go into the automations because the integrations, because that's where we're actually going to get into traffic. So here we're going to talk about integrations, okay? And maybe we'll use some ChatGPT shenanigans. So let's use, so if we're looking for traffic, we might want to, I don't think we need any integrations for traffic. Let's see if they have anything. Yeah, what we would just do is we just take our link and post it somewhere, okay? And how might we take our link and post it somewhere? We'd set up a social media account. Let's keep building this. I'm gonna mess around. Questions, folks. How many people are on this? 15? What are you guys waiting for? Right? What are you guys looking for? So let's go integration with Canva. This page seems to be missing. Weird. It's not integrating. Let's see what we can sell here. So 331 integrations. Did you see that? That's pretty cool. That's great. Sync Facebook and Instagram marketing data to publish content and gather insights across channels. So we're going to click connect here. Connect. And what I think we'll do as we're diving deep into this, I think we'll tweak our landing page. We'll actually see how much of a business we can create in this pretty fast. I think what we'll need to do, let's see this. Let's try to maximize our use of Mailchimp. Okay. Tweak landing page with ChatGPT. I think we need to set up merchant processing, right? We need to maybe connect it to our socials. Etsy or Shopify. Connect it to a social. I'm thinking YouTube. Yeah, then we'll create a business in basically 2 hours. Okay. Test. Connect Facebook to publish ads. By clicking connect, you agree to test connection. Create Facebook and Instagram ads. So some of these connections don't make any sense. Okay. You don't need to connect Mailchimp to create Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay. And I don't see any benefit to it. But it does have an auto posting feature to Facebook and Instagram, which is helpful. And look at this. We can also publish and schedule posts. I believe you can already do that on Facebook and Instagram. And use Instagram images. Again, you'll already have these on Facebook and Instagram. The only benefit I see here is auto posting emails to, email content or something to Facebook and Instagram. But the downside of auto posting an email to Facebook and Instagram is that, look, people don't come to YouTube to look at images or reels or, they come to YouTube to watch videos. And the same reason the same thing on Instagram is that if you're publishing an email to Instagram, is that really going to get a lot of views? If you're publishing the content or an image, the best content I've seen is native to that platform. Native. Meaning you're actually creating content for a specific platform to make it look good, to make it win, to make it stand out. You're not going to get that by auto posting things everywhere. And I've seen this happen a lot of different places. I've seen a lot of people do this where they get caught up in just auto posting their marketing everywhere. They're like, I did a Facebook post. It should be auto posted everywhere. On Instagram, it should be sent via email. I should update my WhatsApp group. It doesn't work like that. Marketing is a power law. Most marketing sucks. The best marketing makes tons of money, okay? This is what most people are posting. It gets $0 because nobody wants weird auto-posted stuff like those emails. But what can help us get traffic? Let's see if there's any integrations that are actually useful here. Sync Shopify customers. This is the sign up, making sure that whatever company you're using for merchant processing, syncing that up is very important. See, I don't know if I have a Shopify app. Okay. Okay, and we have we do not have a Shopify store. Thought I did. Let's go into this. How about if affiliate sites are slow to load and with tips? If affiliate sites are slow to load, you should probably be working with a better affiliate program. Or a faster loading page. You should make your page faster loading. Okay. My keyboard is louder than my voice? No. Sorry about that. Yeah, I use a pretty meaty keyboard. But that's how I like it. Questions, folks. Questions. I'm just going to be going through this kind of setup stuff. Okay, well, share on Facebook. Interesting. Share on Twitter. So as you see, there's all sorts of share icons on here, traffic, right? If you don't have any followers, your voice is louder, man. Thank you guys. Okay, we're going to look for useful connections here. I'm just going to look for some useful connections to see where we can make some progress here. Okay. So X, formerly Twitter. Now for Google Analytics is pretty powerful. If you're a beginner marketer, right, it doesn't matter that much. But obviously if you're working for a company, you're going to have a lot of different sites, a lot of different properties. Pretty important. Let's see what else we have here. SurveyMonkey to Mailchimp. Jotform, Big Cartel. Now, the best Yotpo. Okay. Now this is going to be a pretty powerful integration right here. Getting reviews for your online store or for whatever you're selling is pretty important. Sites like Yotpo help you get positive reviews very fast. So I would say if you're looking for integrations or stuff like that, definitely use something like Yotpo to get more reviews for your company. Let's see this. They integrate with everything here. Yeah, come in.
Want to come try it?
Yeah. Hey, the guy's here. So, gonna go check on my door. I'll take a little break for a second, and yeah, I guess we'll be back. If y'all have any questions, let me know. It's just sort of a test, but post me your questions, and we'll go on there. We're back. What's good? What's good? Duke, show me your beautiful face. Look at that good-looking dog. Cool. Okay. What else are we going to go over, Mailchimp? I'm just going to mess around. Campaigns. We have art. ChatGPT. Okay, let's write sections for a fax. You are, so we're gonna do, we're actually, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of try to build out this website a little bit. Fax, you are a, you are instructions. You are a renowned John Crestani. Yeah, come in. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Nice meeting you.
See ya.
Bye, Duke.
You're a renowned artist named John Crestani. You make art about, you make nature art in the, about the nature in Malibu Creek State Park, sections of a website, sections, philosophy, location, inspiration. So let's see what it spits out. Okay. So now we're going to go into our campaigns here. We're going to do is this? We're going to go into that landing page we have here, and we're going to click edit, okay, to mess around with this. And so we can edit the design here. What did we see the sections were? Right, so we would say maybe my philosophy. Okay. We would say history of Malibu Creek State Park, right? Okay. You know, find, share links to the 5 most inspirational photos of Malibu Creek State Park. And this is the, so my home is overlooking we're overlooking Malibu Creek, which is, you know, we have this beautiful view of these nested mountains, you know, layered mountains. And I'm overlooking the valley where Malibu Creek begins. And there's this beautiful fog that always comes in every morning. So let's see. So it's not giving me a... So we'll get some... We're just trying to create a website here, right? So save as. Copy image address. So let's bring this in. So if we wanted to replace this image, not too hard, right? So it shows up here, but we can even check out what their creative assistant does in a second here, just to mess around with their platform, okay? So now if I'm doing a website here, I would want to find more of a, if I'm building a website, this wouldn't make much sense on a actual, well, let's see if it would make sense on a mobile computer. Is there a way to preview this on mobile, right? So what I'd do is I'd go over here, I'd do inspect element, and we'd actually see what it actually looks like, right? And that's fine, right? That's absolutely fine. Okay, but what we'll want to do is we'll want to make sure that below the title is an actual image, okay, that we're doing. Because otherwise, it doesn't make sense to ask, I don't think it makes sense to ask people immediately for their information. So let's go back to the page. So it is putting whatever the most recently edited thing is up top. So we can see kind of that in the Mailchimp UI. What I don't like is that when you click here, it kind of goes into this area. I'd rather go into the edit. I'd rather go to the edit screen, which is right here. Okay. Edit design. But then again, Mailchimp isn't meant to be a website editor. I think that's... Now as we see, if we wanted this to actually be after, let's say we wanted this sign up form to be after this image, right? I don't know exactly how we could do that. This blur, settings, alignment, left, form width. Now, I'm not super impressed by the website editor. I will say that. changing this. Oopsies. History of Malibu Creek State Park. So it's a really, a lot of old Western movies were filmed here back in the day, FYI. So we'll say, okay, Wild Country, My Philosophy. Now, if we wanted to add a photo below here, let's see what we would do. Okay. Duplicate block. Now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of messing around to see the extensibility of their like creative assistant or whatnot. Let's see if we can create a new design here. Create a new design. What's your goal for the campaign design? Just say advertise. No. No, we want to create a I don't know how their thing's working. It doesn't seem very well. But what we'll do is we'll create a logo design in Midjourney, and I'll show you a little bit about how we use an AI tool for that. So imagine a logo for logo for an artist named John Crestani. And so we can put this into ChatGPT as well. Sometimes what I found is that ChatGPT or DALL-E is better for like marketing image generations than ChatGPT or than Midjourney. And Midjourney is better at almost everything else. A website logo for an okay, and we'll see what we have here. Right. Okay. Yes. What we'll do is we'll find some other photos for this. That's so funny. Okay. So, let's see this. Oh, I can't do these things. My logo. Yeah, a lot of these AI tools see like this creative assistant wants to do everything for you, but it doesn't. But the thing is, now AI is getting better at marketing. Marketing jobs are going away. Okay, 80% of marketing jobs are going away. But that being said, marketing, in my opinion, it's never been about a job, right? Marketing's always been about freedom, right? It's been about understanding people and understanding diverse subjects. In order to market to somebody well or to get sales, right? The best marketers, the best salespeople are all commission based. That being said, it's not bad to work for a company or stuff like that, but to be a good marketer, I think it's also about having like rich life experiences and stuff to draw on. That's why people buy helicopters from the helicopter salesman they work with or whomever. So let's see what's creating the better logos. This is so funny. Imagine a rectangular logo for an artist based in Malibu Creek State Park. I'm just gonna mess around with this. And we'll upscale. Okay. So here we want a rectangular logo, display image size, replace, we're going to upload. Okay, now what we want is we want a logo that's somewhat of a rectangle. Let's just do. Screw this. So what we can do in Midjourney is we add in a aspect ratio parameter. Okay. Now what that looks like is this. So I would say logo for an artist based in AR, and what I might do is I might say 4:1, and that would give us an aspect ratio of 4:1. So I believe that will create a long rectangle. So we're just kind of, we're trying to move, I guess I'm not really moving fast on anything, I'm just kind of messing around, but I'm showing you a little bit about marketing along the way, and hopefully we're having fun. And if y'all are, for the audience out there, what are y'all watching for? Just, I'd love to hear your thoughts on things. So what we're doing is we're just doing some little tweaking. Now, a lot of marketing and a lot of what will now be prompt engineering is what I call wordsmithing, tweaking. So what we're doing here in this case is we're just kind of spending time tweaking as we're working within Mailchimp. Now, what I've found is that I don't really like Mailchimp's designs and stuff like that. So that's something we'll have to just keep in mind going forward. Now, here we got 4 different logo designs. We have this, which looks like Yosemite, this, and that. I'm going to tweak our prompt, and we're going to do, you know, just, well, I guess we could just, what we'll do is we'll do variations of this image, of variations of number 3, and then what we'll do is we'll upscale the one that we actually use for our logo, and we'll just continue on with Mailchimp. So how do we add products here? Once we've set up our e-commerce store, we'll need to add products there. Let's see how this works out. Nice. Upscale 2. And then we will take this, open in browser, right click, save image as. We'll name it, you know, then we'll go back to Mailchimp. There, easy. Very easy to delete content blocks. Now, what I'd be interested in seeing is, are we able to actually flip these around easily? I'm not seeing it. The editor is pretty easy to use, but I'm not seeing this is actually awful. That's good. Image. You can get more images very easily here, it looks like. This is not a lot of options here, folks. So notice when I'm messing around with the image here, right? We can't really, the website editor is very limited. So if you're working with, So I would absolutely not, you know, unless you are doing something exceedingly simple with your website, I definitely wouldn't suggest, you know, if you're running more than a one-page website, not to use Mailchimp for it. Just in my experimentation around, there's very limited options. If I wanted to crop this image, you know, I need to use, you know, I'd need to go into basically Photoshop and just crop the image and then change it up myself to get the desired effect, which doesn't make sense, right? Mailchimp, from what I'm seeing, is still, you know, I'm seeing it as emails and SMS. I'm assuming if their functionality on their website builder is this poor, they'll that the functionality on their CRM is somewhat poor as well. But we're still going to mess around with more integrations as we go along. Okay. Authenticity. Inspiration. Now let's check this out. So as you see, and let's look at this on a mobile, let's look at this on an actual mobile device to see what we created in just a few minutes here. Philosophy, history of Malibu Creek, inspiration, authenticity. Simple, very simple, okay? But it works. If you're running a very simple sort of business, or if you're trying to get just some emails, you know, Mailchimp definitely does the job. Let's keep going. Hey, Winners Club. Doing good, doing good. Just, I don't know. You know, I like talking to marketers, so trying to just doing more live streams about various topics. I'm, you know, going to talk about all the marketing tools. That's kind of my idea. And just show people how to use different marketing tools, and give my insights and stories related to marketing. So I'm trying to be more like service oriented. So yeah. you know, if people are interested in mentorship or stuff like that, or joining my affiliate network, I have links in the description. But in this case, I'm just sharing information on some of the most popular marketing tools. This is kind of a test to see how these things run, and I'll watch this afterwards. But it's really just a time for me to jam with you guys. Okay. Where have I been? I've been, you know, I've been here. I think you're saying like, where have I been on YouTube? We've been spending millions of dollars a year on YouTube advertisements, and the same with TV advertisements. So we've been doing that, but I think I should be getting more back into organic content and all that stuff. I mean, one thing I've seen from my side is just the absolute, you know, a lot of, it's what's interesting to me is, I mean, marketers and a lot of my audience, frankly, are going to get wiped out. Why? Because most people don't care. Most people don't care about being great. Most people don't care about being the best they can at what they do. And the issue is that when we have things like if you don't care, right? And then we have things like ChatGPT, which can write a headline better than 90% of marketers, right? This is my little headline generator. Marketers are going to be out of a job. But the thing is, they never should have been marketers in the first place if they didn't care. Anybody who doesn't care about greatness or excellence at whatever they do shouldn't be in it. You know, I'm very big on, you know, injecting, you know, for me, good marketing has always been about injecting humanness into what I do, right? So, like this, right? This headline: burn stubborn belly fat with this 10-second meal hack. Try now. Right? It's almost like that person is giving you a little thought, like, do it. You know, it's almost, you know, the parentheses, it's not typical marketing. It's not something you typically see in a headline, but it works. It's almost like an added thought. Stubborn belly fat, right? It's adding humanness to this, to the fat on your body. Like it's an actual living, breathing entity that has feelings. You know, pig-headed fat, or, you know, the happy fat. You know, it has an you know, how can there be these sorts of adjectives put to belly fat? Right, so I'm big on injecting humanness wherever you can in marketing. And because most marketers suck or don't care about what they do, or maybe they just don't know about what they do, they're not going to have a job because ChatGPT is going to do their job better than them. Now, for smart marketers, it's about utilizing these tools, right? Utilizing these tools and using them effectively. But I truly don't think you can even use these tools effectively or know how to prompt them unless you have that little thing called care, humanness. So what do you think it's? No, I think affiliate marketing's actually, why would it, that's like asking, do I think marketing's over? Do I think people aren't buying? No, affiliate marketing's it's absolutely exploding right now. It's exploding. It doesn't change anything. It just means that there's going to be less people in every industry. There's going to be less people making more of the money. Less people making more money. But that's always the way things are going. So let's keep going. So we have our page. I like it. So how are we going to market this? So merchant processing, and then we need some products listed. Okay, let's see how else we can use Sign up forms. We already did a little sign up form thing on our website. See my art. Screw it. I'm gonna save this link somewhere, and I'm gonna get. Okay. Surveys, subscriber preferences. How else would we use this? Settings, GDPR fields and settings. So GDPR is interesting. So that's good. There's GDPR compliance on Mailchimp. Marketing preferences, email. What else do we have here? Inbox, skip tour. Interesting. So we could actually have our emails come through into Mailchimp itself. But why would you do that if you already have an email, right? That's redundant. Using these tools, it's about finding what's not redundant, where's value actually being added. And in this case, in Mailchimp's case, it seems to just be the emails and the texts. Okay. Now let's see what this, so here they have a website section, but notice this is an upsell. So they're trying to sell you on Wix. Wix is also free, but they think there's more upgrade options. So this is the real kind of integration here. Wix. Maybe what I'll do next is I'll do a little walkthrough on Wix. That would be interesting for websites. What would you guys like to see as I kind of utilize these softwares, and what offers am I currently having success with? We've always been promoting business stuff. So we've the last few years we've focused on promoting mostly business. Hosting, website designers, business setup tools, incorporation companies, ad agencies, stuff like that, traffic sources. So because I teach people marketing, so I'm an affiliate for more B2B type of products. Does that make sense? Right? That's the most effective stuff. In my case, what my students are having success with the same stuff that always works: business opportunity, make money online, tonight, any sort of health supplements. It's the top offers in ClickBank. What I'm working on doing a little bit, I think, with this channel is I'm thinking of basically showing I want to show anybody, how, in the beginning I taught people what I call like spam tactics, which basically shows you how you could spam Facebook groups, you can put up posts, you can create a fake social persona and all this stuff and just get traffic, add thousands of people, DM, go in comments, buy traffic, all that stuff. Now the stuff about the spamming, I think that's great. It's always going to be a moving target. Millions of people have watched those videos. And the stuff about advertising, well, it costs money. Most of my audience doesn't have any money. Or most of the people on YouTube, right? It's like, 50% of people are from India and they don't have credit cards. Sonny, if you want to work for me, are you the best at what you do? Are you already working a job? Are you already hired? Are you, like all these things, right? I'm not looking to give direction. If you don't have something useful, if you're not already earning a good amount of money, right? I'm not looking for people like that. So what I'm working on with this channel is kind of showing folks how you can, I'm thinking of taking it more of the line around marketing advice and showing folks how you could do videos like this, right? And how do you actually create content and add value? right? Now, each of these is keywords, right? Each of these are keywords. What does Mailchimp do? How much does Mailchimp cost? Mailchimp review, all of these are keywords. Why did I select these keywords? You know, because they're questions, they're high intent, you know, they're around this product. So that's, you know, kind of showing folks organic affiliate marketing in a value-added way, in a way that's exciting. I like marketing tools. I'm kind of messing around with it. But I'd say, so that's kind of where my head's at a little bit. I want to show people a way to do organic marketing in a very value-added way. And my spam videos are already out there. I have my mentorship course where I teach people how to do paid advertising and arbitrage that. But if I'm gonna, like, you know, I've also been listening to Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's like, just keep creating content. So I don't know, that's my general thoughts on things. But the main thing is, I think I need to be in front of people way more. You know, that's the, in all of my companies and in all of my marketing, I'd say the common element has always been people want me more. Okay, people want to see me more. So I'm just kind of testing out the waters right now and seeing how we take it. I'm trying to take a super personal, you know, the plan is roughly maybe some reviews, maybe some podcasts, but keep it really personal, you know, make it really personal. And I also am trying to focus on people who have jobs, like, you know, people who are actually working for companies that are marketing corporate companies, not people looking to just, you know, spam or hack. You know, a lot of my audience, I understand, you know, as I start doing new content, I'm going to lose a lot of people, or a lot of y'all are going to be like, what the hell, John? Like, you know, we just want to know how to get free traffic. It's like, go, it's so obvious. It's so easy. I've already done videos on those. But I'm trying to talk to, you know, what I'm going to try moving forward is talk a little bit downstream, down funnel, a more educated marketer, somebody who's already working with these tools. And or just considering using various tools. And by doing so, I'll also be demonstrating affiliate marketing, high intent keywords, etc. All right. Yeah, Sonny, work for any company, right? It's not, you know, work for any company. The path to success isn't, you know, just work for a company that has a marketing department. Go work for the company and then shadow the marketing department. Use that as an opportunity to network with people who have marketing jobs, right? But don't say it's hard to find a job, you know, just do it. Just do it. What's your view on the Facebook pixel? It works. You need about 25 to 50 sales. If you're not seeing improvement, I'd start manually adding in exclusions. Exclude certain age ranges in the beginning and the back, in the front and the back, right? Analyze, you know, understand how to analyze the audience yourself. And start drilling down. Look at those people on Facebook. Go into their profiles, see what they're interested in, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. So let's keep moving along these lines. If I was growing top, let's look. Top integrations for Mailchimp. So let's see what other integrations other folks recommend. Vimeo live chat. Now the question I would be asking myself if I'm actually looking for integrations here is what is going to improve my emails that I send out? What is going to improve my text messages that I send out with extra data? I don't think any of these things are. I think the next video is going to be something, if I was to go down this line, it would be merchant processor. Okay, well, I'm going to kind of leave it there. How am I promoting my offers? Well, here, right, I'm doing I'm talking about Mailchimp. So I'm just testing the water, but I'll promote a CRM company. I'll promote an email marketing company. I'll promote a website builder, right? I have links for all of those, but right now I'm just playing around, just getting back on YouTube. You know, seeing what I enjoy doing as much as seeing kind of what the response from the audience is, right? This is a 2.5-hour video now. I don't know if it'll work well on, YouTube, but it's, the way I angled this video is we're going after keywords, right? That people actually search. How did we find the keywords people search, right? We used Answer the Public and we typed in Mailchimp, right? Here's all the questions. Here's the search volume, right? Questions. We used, Ahrefs, right? And we're using good old Google, right? So what I'm doing is, yeah, maybe I'll be, I don't know if you know this, but like Gary Vaynerchuk charges $250,000 a month retainer. He's not necessarily smarter than all these other marketers by that sort of degree. He's just talking and messaging to a better audience. Dude, no. I'm considering doing some affiliate stuff for agencies as well, showing folks how, but I'm trying to angle my messaging more towards corporate marketers, looking for tools, looking for agencies. I see the world consolidating, right? The bigger brands are going to get more of a share of the market. And everyone else is going to be either human labor, right? Commoditized human labor, like a DoorDash driver or Uber driver, or you're going to be an affiliate. Affiliate marketing is going to, is, in my view, the absolute future of most of the workforce that wants to make money, or most of the people who want to work. It's going to be affiliate. People who don't want to work are going to either be Uber drivers or just not work. You've seen the sci-fi films and all that stuff. People who do want to work, who actually care, right? Those are the only people I see a future for, okay? Because the AI is getting so good. Unfortunately, lots of people don't care. They'd rather, I don't know what they'd rather do, but they don't like working. How are you promoting my offer? Yeah, I showed you just right here, right? These are keywords. And so people type in these keywords, right? Into Google, into YouTube, in other places. Here, what I'll do is I'll actually throw a, let's make this fun. Let's add who wants to get on Zoom? No, faceless affiliate marketing isn't going to be a myth in the here. We're going to get on Zoom. There's a link if anybody wants to get on Zoom, and we'll go on there. Oh, let's see this. Cool. Okay, so if you're interested in asking questions, go on Zoom. I put the link in the chat. Happy Halloween. We're drinking some pumpkin ale today. Let's see this. Coffee pumpkin ale. Let's see who's going to hop on Zoom. So folks, if you have questions or if you want me to go over, give you marketing advice or help you with any of your campaigns or look at your stuff, go on the Zoom link. I put a link for Zoom in the chat, and we'll see if we continue it on Zoom. If you guys don't see the link, let me know. I'm interested if they maybe stripped it or not. Shows there are 14 people on here. Okay, somebody hopped on. Enable video. We need you to enable video. Don't have video. Well, let's see this. Okay, I'm not going to take any questions from people who don't have video enabled. Enable video. We need you to enable video. Oh, look, we have... People are trying. People are trying. Are people going to get on? Okay, guys, unmute yourselves and enable video, or else I'm going to kick you out. Okay, we're going to boot people. Okay. We got somebody trying to join. Do y'all not have video or something? Yeah, faceless affiliate marketing is always going to be a thing. It's just going to always be done. I mean, like, that's like asking, like, do you buy products that don't have a big brand? Right? I don't know. No, faceless affiliate marketing will be around, but real humans will always do it better if they know what to do. But AI is going to be able to do this stuff way better for a long time. Okay? No, faceless affiliate I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of subjects that people aren't. I'd say faceless affiliate marketing, people don't always care about the face. Sometimes people just want to know how to cook a meal. And if a computer, if an AI can spit out that stuff faster, the better. A lot of affiliates are making a lot of money with just using ChatGPT to create data. Do they have a face? No, it's just ChatGPT and turning on. How is everybody not able to join a Zoom call? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's going on? No way, the goat live. What's going on, guys? We're trying to do a Zoom, but I don't know if anybody has figured out how to do Zoom yet. So we're gonna see if people can do see, we got this, like, people are trying to join on Zoom, but I don't know. You know, it's like come on. Like, one thing I always ask people that are considering doing work with me or want to be an affiliate is, I say, what's your speed? Go to speed test, right? How fast is your internet? You're like, oh, I don't have fast. It's like, why don't you have fast internet? Like, you know, Ratea, you have to start your video, right? Yeah, if anybody wants to do open question and answer, or hot seat, or have me go through their campaigns or something, let me know. Bring it on. Come on the Zoom. I just got an extra house key for this extra lock I just installed. Y'all can't figure out how to do Zoom? What's going on? Can nobody here figure out how to do Zoom? Y'all ain't internet junkies if you don't meet people. Don't do internet meetings. So yeah. Where's everyone at? The other concept I was thinking of doing was free marketing advice, just kind of sitting, kind of similar to how I've seen, you know, oh, have a great one, Rebecca. Thanks for being on. One of the things I'm considering doing is sort of like, let's see. Like, there's this guy who sits at a booth, you know, on college campuses and asks people, you know, to change his mind. So one of the things I was thinking of is something along the lines of just sitting here on YouTube, giving away free marketing advice, and having people actually come on and show their ads or their web pages or talk about their frustrations or whatever, and work with them, you know, even take control of their computer on Zoom or whatever, and work on marketing. I'm just thinking of some outside the box ideas to make YouTube fun, you know, because, you know, I like YouTube, I like doing stuff here, but I also don't want to just be on here just shilling and hype and all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, sure, I could do webinars all the time. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the best use of my time. And frankly, I don't want to, you know, I want to get access to billionaires. I don't want, you know, my interest is not hyping up a lot of, you know, marketers to start a business. I'm more interested in how do I communicate with billionaires. And how do I communicate with billionaires? Well, you go a little, you're not, it's not showing people how to get free traffic. It's not, it's moving up the chain. They're probably, marketing is a department in their organization? How do I affect that department? Yeah, interesting. No, thank you, Winners Club. Yeah, no, it's I'm surprised that nobody is figuring out Zoom. But I guess people are in all sorts of situations, right? They're in the bathroom, they're at work, whatever it is. We'll keep going. Rewind. Interesting. One of the YouTubers, I kind of, when you were running your Laptic. So yeah, when I was running my own campaigns earlier this year, and I wish there was a way for me to post comments up. That would be pretty neat. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see, image, add existing, create new, okay, image file. Oh, cool. So here we go. Move. So let me do this once again. Okay, that's cool. So regarding running campaigns and all that stuff, where I'm moving to with my channel, and my channel's always been me, you know, I try not to pin it down to like, you know, like just affiliate marketing or just this or just that. It's always been just, I'm a marketer, I'm messing around. You know, I blew up because I showed people how to do affiliate marketing, and did a lot of advertising, and I've always advertised, at least the last 8 years of my career. But I want to make it, I want to talk to them. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I want to talk to billionaires, right? And what I've realized is that so much of my content has been focused around people just looking to earn their first dollars online. Now, while that's great, right, I've been thinking, how do I move that, because me as a person, I'm trying to become a billionaire myself. So how do I do that? How do I get closer to billionaires rather than people just looking for their first dollar? Like, how do I post an ad? How do I post how do I make $1 online? Right? I mean, that stuff's so easy. And I've done videos on it, and I've talked about it before. But how do I affect marketing decisions that billionaires have to make? How do I have an effect there? And what I saw is that just the information online is so biased in the marketing space. It's really poor. I was looking at, for instance, Mailchimp reviews. And they don't really show you too deep in the interface. They show you a little bit. They don't have real business use cases set aside. They aren't actually setting anything up. They're just kind of showing screens here and there, or showing a very specific feature. But I figure, at least on the CRM level and the tools level, that there's actually, going after such terms, I'm actually going to try, maybe be in closer to the buying cycle of people who are making big decisions that cost tens of thousands of dollars a month for companies. And what I'm looking for is to be part of the decision-making process for companies that are spending many millions of dollars. Now, I've been a business opportunity guy for the last, like 8 years now, where I've been teaching people how to make their first dollars online. But that hasn't surrounded me with more billionaires, is what I've noticed. In fact, the opposite. How do I surround myself with billionaires? Not have I done well by my student? And do we continue to do very well by our students? Yes. We're teaching people all day how to create affiliate incomes. But even the mentality of many people, they're not going on to become billionaires. They're going on to become millionaires, multimillionaires, etc. But I'm looking to surround myself with people who are themselves around billionaires. So doing that, I need to somehow influence the marketeurs and the marketing companies, or the companies themselves that are run by these billionaires. I need to move a little bit to a different level. So that's kind of where my mind is. And my marketing advice isn't relegated to just showing people how to get free traffic and hack the system, or how to arbitrage ads. I've been doing, I understand, I've done marketing for for big companies, little companies, and for people, for myself, for my own products. So I'm just testing the waters out, but generally speaking, I'm going to be doing more content. Hopefully that explains things a little bit, Laptic. Yeah, the inside tips are great. And the thing is, a lot of affiliates will use them. They'll make a few $1 million or whatever, and then they'll spend it all in Dubai and live their life and do these wonderful things, right? Now, I was looking at Ryan Holiday and Tim Ferriss's kind of trajectories. Tim Ferriss, started as an affiliate marketer, right? He was affiliate marketing for brain pills and stuff like that. But where did he make his real money? All right, does anybody know? Where did Tim Ferriss make his real money? He made it through his Shopify stock. He made it through his Shopify stock, okay? He consulted with Shopify early on. Now, we're not getting rid of our mentorship. We're always offering it, etc. We do have limited spots. We are advertising on TV right now, so it's been blowing up. We're advertising on History Channel, CNBC, a lot of other places. And it's doing very well, right? We've been doing millions a year, and we continue to do millions a year. But what I'm more interested in, instead of helping somebody who has, $10,000 to their name and wants to become a millionaire, help them become a millionaire, I'd rather help a company that has $10 million to its name become a $1 billion company, right? Or a company, company that has, $100 million become a $10 billion company, right? What do you think is more impactful? Helping nobody become, helping a lower class person become middle class, or helping a middle class person become, helping an upper class person become a king, right? Where would you put where would you put your time if you had the skills to help both? I'd rather help make kings, right? I'd rather help make kings, because I think that would be a more valuable friend than helping, that's not a, mark on, everybody's been there, but I'm still going to give advice, right? I'm always going to be real with you guys. But I hope that makes sense, right? One of the YouTubers that kind of inspired me, this crazy guy, what does he have now? Skrelly Planet? Martin Skrelly. I don't know if anybody has heard of this guy, but he does these interesting, look at these live streams, right? And it's also one of the reasons, he live streams about stocks. This is awesome, right? But he's actually showing, he doesn't even talk much. He's doing analysis on stocks and what to buy and stuff live. He's not even talking about too much, but this is a 3-hour stream right here. And he shows everything he's doing, which I think is really cool. Now, this guy, for those that don't know about Martin Skrelly, super successful, super rich guy. Here's his Wikipedia page. He was, look at this, fined over $70 million, right? To be fined over $70 million, you have to be doing all right. And, but really what he is he was a dork with a computer that figured out how to trade biotech stocks. And that led him to buying a company, because of his trades. So what I like about his streams is the rawness and the realness and the humanness. This is not an AI. This is not an AI created thing. But I've seen a lot of these videos. This could be created by AI for all I care. This is a Mailchimp review, right? And it probably, so there's a human, but it's just talking. It's not actually showing anything on screen. It's AI, some AI visuals, right? Look at this. And it's a human talking on screen. Why? Why? When we're talking about an actual like there's actual software here. It's not about showing screens or PowerPoint presentations. It's actually, you know, setting up the actual survey. You know, so it's actually doing stuff. So I'm trying, you know, which is similar to, again, what Skrelly's doing. He's actually looking at, you know, doing the research on stocks, organizing the information in spreadsheets, right? But people aren't doing, like a lot of marketing, people aren't doing that. So I'm trying to move a little bit closer to this dynamic where I'm actually showing you guys and giving you guys real information and even the nuances. Because for me, it's not necessarily about the quantity of people, of views. You know, let's hype up 2.5 million people about a crypto pump and dump, right? I'd rather interact with 5. I'd rather have one person on my stream who is a billionaire, who worked directly for a billionaire, or who interacts with a billionaire once a month on a monthly call about the company, rather than interact with, you know, have like 150,000 views on a stream, right? So that's where I'm trying to move to, and I'm trying to and I'm trying to figure out the format and, you know, what I can do that's valuable, that would appeal to folks a little further down the line in marketing, similar to what I'm doing with Mailchimp right now. What are the nuances of Mailchimp? Why is it actually useful? Why are the reviews so different? If we have 100 employees in a company, you know, I want to talk to people who are kings of big companies, billionaires. So that's my general gist of things. As long as those lives from 6 to 7 months are up, that's plenty of information for beginners. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, you can figure out the stuff. I'll give the nuances in between the statements I say. You know, you'll see the kind of softwares I review. But yeah, you know, that's kind of where I'm working on shifting my audience, right? Lower class to make a living, all the other have money. No, I would not agree with that. Here, let me actually see if I can. So even folks that are upper class, you know, what I've seen happen with a lot of my students is even folks that just, you know, they hit a campaign, they make a lot of money, they spend it, right? They're living, they start living upper class. And when you start even if you are upper class, if you start living, if you have an upper class income and you start living upper class, you're not going to have upper class wealth. You know, I've seen so many folks that go out, the first chance they get that freaking Lamborghini, get that freaking helicopter or whatever, right? Or whatever the heck it is, right? Do those trips. They spend it all. You know, the trick is, and why would you even want people to know you that? Most people, I'm looking to surround myself with billionaires' wealth, not just earnings. You can find examples of people who were billionaires like Sam Bankman-Fried, but they lost it all as well, right? But Sam Bankman-Fried was touted as the billionaire, right? Everybody was looking up to him in the crypto space or whatnot. So I'd say there's varying flavors of what type of people are you trying to surround yourself with. If you're going for the flash, you're going to get flash. But what I'm looking for is, folks, I want to be giving marketing advice to people who are closer to kings, right? Is anybody do I still have my Zoom link up? Oh yeah, nobody's hopping on Zoom. It's interesting. So folks, it's been great. It's been great talking to all y'all. I'll be working on more streams. You should see more from me. I'll be trying to get some stuff up a bit more regularly, possibly daily. We'll see. But it's great seeing everyone. Love y'all. Let's make some money. Go out there. Remember, produce. Do not consume. Produce content. Do not consume. I mean, if you're learning, that's great. But don't mindlessly, turn off all these notifications on these mobile phones. If you are still getting notifications on your phone, you are an ant. You are you should not be getting notifications on your phone for anything. Your phone should react to you. Make life react to you rather than you reacting to life. Don't be getting paid an hourly wage, right? Do work based on results. The closer you can get to move up from wage to salary to equity or commission or equity, the better you will be. If you are getting an hourly wage, your goal should be to move up to a monthly salary. If you are getting a monthly salary, your goal should be to get a commission. And if you are earning commissions, your job is you should be trying to find, you obviously should make as, now the sky's the limit, make as much as you want, but then the job is to get equity, right? That's the game. That's the game. If you're in marketing, AI stuff, get good with it. Get good with it. But be crazy. If you aren't financially independent yet, figure out what will get you to that crazy point where you are. That you will love to work and do something until you get there. Okay? All the best. Please do lives like this more often. Informational. Cool. I'm happy hanging out. I recently got divorced a couple weeks ago. She was and so now once again I have my house in the mountains, and I'm I don't know. There aren't many people around here. I'm in the middle of the mountains in Malibu, so very beautiful spot, but everybody out here is super old. That's another thing you realize when you get, when you start buying houses in nice areas. Everybody's old. Everybody's old. All the money is with old people. The young people aren't getting much money anymore, which is the crazy thing. The wealth is and I think there's a lot of nepotism in the world, and fortunately for us and affiliate marketers and stuff like that, we have a way to get it. For a lot of places, it's getting much harder, like e-commerce, right? Like nobody talks about e-commerce anymore, right? Because it's so difficult. There's so many regulations, getting products from China to here and getting things certified, getting things stamped, approvals. You need different people. You need an organization. It's not something anybody can just start up so easily. And the people who are selling people on the dream of starting up an e-commerce business, it's like, I've seen a lot of scams. So yeah, I truly think revolution is coming very soon. 4 years, 5 years. Everybody's going to be affiliates. But yeah, I'm looking for ideas of what to stream on. So I'm going to do more tool reviews like this. I'm just going to do lives. Just anything that gets me live, I'm going to do with you guys. but I won't have as much chatting all the time like this, but who knows? All right. It was great seeing you all. Take her easy. Peace.